Hi, Terry Whitty from IDS 2025, and with me right now I have Tobias Richter from TRI Implants, the CEO and founder.
There you go.
No abutment, no cement, no limits. Perfect. It all starts with your implant, which is different to everybody else's. Yep. Tell us about the no abutment implant.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot for having me. I have a long history in implants. I started my career with Straumann, and at one point we thought, like, why do people use an abutment to fix a crown on top of the implant? That was the question that my friends gave me who are not from dentistry. And I said, yeah, it's a good question. So we researched for a long time to eliminate the abutment because we believe it's a crutch between the crown and the implant. And digital technology has really helped us. Development of CAD/CAM, material developments of zirconia oxide, precise scanners. So we came to the level where we were able to create a patented implant connection where you can seat a zirconia crown, single bridge or full arch directly to the implant. The advantage of that is that you don't have to buy an abutment. You don't need cement, which is one of the main triggers for peri-implantitis today. And you have much more abilities to angulate the abutment, to actually create solutions directly onto the implant.
Fantastic. Did you have to go through a lot of designs before you got to the perfect design?
Yeah, absolutely. It took us 5 years until we actually launched the MATRIX. By the way, the name MATRIX comes from the fact that it's a digital platform. In the movie, I don't know if you've seen that, in the MATRIX you have to take the decision, do I take the red pill or the blue pill? When I take the red pill, I go to the digital world. So this is the gateway to the digital world, and it's also the reason why you can see in the background these apps. So as we have a digital interface, you have to imagine our implant like an iPhone, and we provide you with apps with which you can solve certain clinical indications. Print healing collars, like a healing collar library, scan bridges for full arch scanning, guides for full guided surgery, and so on, many different apps. So we are actually developing much more software interfaces to enable the clinician to work on one implant, with a big advantage that the implant has a catalog of 2 pages. He buys an implant and a screw with which everything is fixated. So you can't have a more simple system to work in the digital world.
And no abutment.
And no abutment. That's why it's so simple.
Fantastic.
You know, the catalog of Straumann, little teaser, Straumann of catalog has 300 pages, 200 pages as abutments. We've eliminated that. We make it simple for customers by utilizing digitalization as a transformational agent.
And you have a network of laboratories that work with you?
Yeah, so we have a certification process for laboratories to enable them to actually produce the final restorations on top of our implant. But now we're talking also with the age of 3D printing. More and more clinics have actually 3D printers.
Sure.
And now with an implant which doesn't have abutment, 3D printing has become the easiest solution to restore an implant. You place an implant, you scan it, you design the crown, you print it, and after 1 hour the patient goes home with a 3D printed crown directly on the implant.
Fantastic.
3D printing is like the fuel on the fire of our solution. And all these 10 apps here, 6 apps are just developed for 3D printing purposes. So a customer can just download a healing collar library from us, print it on his printer, use the healing collar printed versions for a cost of, the printed material, which is $3. Versus buying a round cylindrical gray cylinder for $80 from Straumann.
And keep the tissue intact.
Keep the tissue intact, that's the next thing. As we eliminated the abutment, we had more space for the implant to actually keep the soft tissue in space. So what we see is that we have strong crestal bone levels and beautiful soft tissue collars around the implant that protects really this crucial bone implant interface.
Fantastic. Yeah. And you do have an interesting implant design.
Yeah,
especially the collar.
Yeah, we call it a multi-level implant because we have a 1.8 millimeter neck. Again, as we don't have an abutment, we can now use this neck as the soft tissue interface, and then the top is really the base where the crown is being seated on. And you can flexibly place the implant a little bit deeper, a little bit higher. But this neck part is actually helping you to create this wonderful biological reaction around the implant. So we provide faster restorative solutions, reduce the cost, and we create a more sustainable biological response to the overall implant surrounding.
Well, that's great, but by the amount of people that I've watched come through the stand just in the last 10 minutes, it looks like you have a lot of interest, and I think you'll be very, very successful.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think when we look at the future and we project to the year 2030, this industry is full of digital equipment, and every year there are more scanners, there are more printers, there are more CAD/CAM machines, more guided surgery. Our guys are just testing augmented reality. So, I think we're really riding the wave, at the right side of the wave,
Sure.
with a lot of tailwinds. So if you're interested in digital technology or digital workflows, I think there's no other option than coming to TRI and using the MATRIX.
Come down to TRI. Thanks so much for talking with us
Thank
today.
you for having the time.
Bye.